Hello, hello, hello. How are you doing today? Thank you so much for joining me today for another little live video. And today we are going to talk about when your shoulders feel tight when your arms are overhead in dance. So, before I move on to that, do please give me a little thumbs up if you're watching, or double tap to like, or give me a little heart, and please do tag or share with any friends who you think might be interested in this video or you think might need some help from it. So let's think about arms overhead in dance. So if you're a FatChance style dancer, perhaps Datura style dancer, we spend a lot of time with our arms up in this teardrop position, for example, and any other styles of fusion belly dance or rakshaki, for example, you're going to want your arms overhead, right? Often though, we have quite tight shoulders. And the reason being, and I talk about this a lot, is because many of us have these desk jobs where you're sitting at your computer all day and you have this round shoulders position, and our pectoral muscles end up shortening and tightening up, getting into spasm because they're not being used properly and they're kind of stuck short basically. So then when we go to dance and we try and take our arms overhead, when we need this space and openness across here, then it's going to be difficult. You're going to feel tight and stuck here, right? Also, on top of this as well, you might feel some discomfort in your upper back. This is something I actually had for a while and I didn't realize what I was doing. What can happen, I'm going to show you from the side here. If you're tight in the shoulders, if you're tight across the chest, try and take your arms overhead, and then you want to create that beautiful shape where you're framing your face and you're not hiding your face with your arm, for example. Then if you haven't got the space in your chest and your front of your shoulders to move the arm back, what can happen is you pull the arm back and notice what happens to my chest. It pops up, right? So I'm extending into the upper back, which is totally fine. Our back, is designed to do this. But if you're holding this position for a long time or going into it excessively, it just might create a bit of extra wear or tear, more than you'd want, particularly if you're also doing a lot of undulations, for example, or doing undulations in this position, maybe even for a long period of time if you're in the chorus as a FatChance style dancer, for example. So that's the cause. I would be very interested to know who suffers from this. I've seen some comments. Let me just have a quick look. Kate, hi Kate, how are you doing? Always tight shoulders. Yes, I know. It's a constant struggle, always needing to do work with getting the shoulders to release. But I'm going to give you some tips today to hopefully release them and make them feel a little bit better, give you a little bit more range of movement in the shoulders, a little bit more release across the chest, and hopefully relieve any discomfort you have in your upper back. I'm not going to do all of this with you like a workout today. If you are interested in getting some release across the chest and stronger upper back, please do sign up for my free arms mini course, arms and shoulders mini course, which is coming out in a couple of weeks. The link for that is in the comments. But I am going to take you through a few things that you can do so you can start to work with them right away. And then if you want some more detailed information, you'll get that in the course. So tip number one is to start off with a muscle energy technique for the pectoral muscles. So we're just going to create a small contraction to get them to release and relax. So you're pressing your fingers onto your shoulder, and you're going to press your shoulder into your fingers, and we're just going to hold for about 20 seconds. And it's just a really small contraction forwards, about 20% of your maximum. Okay, so gently pressing the shoulder forwards into the hand. It's not the fingers pressing into the hands, they're nice and relaxed. And we're just holding this for 20 seconds. And then we're going to switch sides and press the other shoulder into the other fingers. Again, just 20 seconds contraction. And I go into this in quite a lot of detail in the mini course, so I highly recommend getting on that if it is something that you are working with. And release. I recommend doing that 4 times on each side. So after you've watched through this video, go back and do the other 3 on each side. Okay. Next tip is to strengthen your upper back. So strengthening the upper back is obviously going to help to give you a more stronger posture. It's going to help to stabilize the spine a lot more, but also it's going to help to release across the front of the body as well. So the easiest way to do that, grab your resistance band, and hopefully you've got a resistance band at home. Super easy to find online if not. Very, very affordable. A couple of things you're going to do. You're going to do scapular squeezes first of all, holding onto the band, and you're just squeezing the shoulder blades together. So this one, you want to resist the temptation to bend the elbows. This is all in the shoulders. And then you can do some rows. So squeezing the shoulders in the back and making sure you're sitting up nice and tall. Okay, so that was tip number 2. Tip number 3, to release across the front and get more release in your upper arms, is, if you're feeling brave, stick a ball into your pectorals. Okay, so this is going to involve lying on the floor, and I'm not going to do it because otherwise I think you're going to get a bit muffled with the mic. But imagine I was lying on the floor. You would basically put the tennis ball right into your pecs, just on the side of your chest here, and just gently allow your weight to come into it. If you've got some gnarly bits in there, it might be a little tender, so go easy and take deep breaths. Just hold a position that maybe feels a bit tender for about 10 seconds. Hopefully after that, some of the tension should release a little bit, and then you can find another spot. Okay, so go easy with that one. It can be a little bit challenging at first, but it can be a great way to release the pectoral muscles and get a little bit more space across the front of the body. And then my final tip today is you might want to do a little bit of strengthening for your upper abdominals. Okay, and I will show you this one because if you are feeling that tension in your upper back because your rib cage is kind of lifting too much, or you're stuck in this extended position for too long, you want to be able to control that with your abdominals. So when you take your arm up, you can control the lift of the rib cage by squeezing your upper abdominals. So for this one, a nice easy Pilates chest lift. So feet flat on the floor, and you're going to have your hands behind your, I want to make sure this mic is in a good position. You're going to have your hands behind your head, and we're just lifting the head and the shoulders up off the floor. Really small movement, contracting in the upper abdominals. Nice and easy. And release. So coming up to sitting. That was 4 ways to hopefully release across the chest and relieve any discomfort you may feel in your upper back as a result of having arms overhead a lot in dance. I would love to know if you have any questions about that. Feel free to pop them in the comments now if you're watching. I can see quite a few people watching. I've got Instagram and Facebook going at the moment. So I've got Susan. Hi Susan, how are you doing? And Kate, I've always said hi to you. And who's on Instagram? Can't quite see. There's some names on there, but I don't recognize them. So hi if you're watching on Instagram as well. Pop any questions in the comments. And yeah, don't forget to get on my list if you would like to be on that free arms mini course. I keep saying arms. We were talking a little bit more about shoulders today and upper back. But the exercises we're going to do in there are relating to your arm undulations, but also relating to your posture. And really getting those shoulders nice and released and open so that you can do beautiful arm work in dance, you know, taking the arms overhead if that's what you do. And also just feeling more relaxed in the shoulders on a day-to-day basis, particularly if you have a job where you know, have to be here all the time. Maybe you do a lot of driving, for example. A lot of us are in this position where we're stuck in this. So we really need to open out as much as possible. Okay, well, I haven't seen any questions come in. So if you have one or you're watching this on catch up, please do tag me and I will come back to you as soon as I can. Otherwise, I think that's it for me today. So thank you so much for watching and I will see you next time. Don't forget to give me a like. Don't forget to give me a little heart. Don't forget to get on the mailing list. All right, take care. Bye-bye.